Well, the state of New Jersey is suing 3 school districts which have policies in place. They would require teachers to tell parents if a student comes out as transgender or changes preferred pronouns. The state had sued a district last month for passing a similar measure, and the districts being sued this time around: Marlboro, Middletown, and Manalapan Public Schools.
Well, parents in the state, as you can imagine, not taking this lightly, even calling out the governor, Phil Murphy, threatening to take on state leadership. So today we have Caterina Skalaski and Anne-Marie Lusquinos, both concerned mothers in the Middletown school system, which we are speaking about. We appreciate both of you coming on. I understand that your school district held a meeting, which we covered, that led to major protests, more than 350 people who are against this policy. Caterina, can I start with you? Can you kind of explain to the viewers that, again, outside of New Jersey, that may not understand what exactly happened? Can you explain what happened here?
Well, basically, the governor is taking away our parental rights to protect our children and to keep them safe. He wants teachers to keep secrets from parents should a child want to transition to the opposite gender or go by a different name, pronoun. So we as parents are now fighting to protect our parental rights and not have them stripped.
Wow. And there have been people who say, no, we don't want that. We're concerned that you might be outing these transgender students. When you think about, teachers raise concerns about students' test scores, or they're falling behind in maybe their math class. They reach out to parents, but no, apparently this time around, the Attorney General would want to keep that information private if a student were to go by a different name. The state AG's office releasing a statement saying, in part, here's the reason, by the way, that they offer: the New Jersey law against discrimination flatly prohibits discrimination on the basis of gender identity or expression, and we are firmly committed to taking swift action in response to any policy that violates that prohibition. Anne-Marie, what would you like to say to the state's Attorney General and the governor of New Jersey, who take issue with this policy of notification?
It's not discrimination. It's parental rights. I have to sign a permission slip regardless of what happens in school, whether it be a field trip, whether it be to receive medicine from the nurse, to a syllabus, to agree to something that my children, or a book my children are reading in school. This is not discrimination. This is parental notification. Discrimination, that no one's saying that anyone cannot attend school. No one's saying transgender students cannot attend Middletown. No one's saying they're not allowed to participate. This is not discrimination. That would be discrimination. This is not discrimination. This is safety and awareness for all parents and all students. Because what happens if there's an incident and I'm not notified that something occurred and I didn't know that something was happening in school, then who takes responsibility for that?
Yeah, and Caterina, we'll end with that. When you're a child, or at least when I went to school, if I was sick or if I missed a day of school, or if you skipped class, you were notified. Your parent was notified. You got an auto voicemail that would come to your home that said your child missed school on X date. That seems far more simplistic than the discussion that we're having today in terms of notifying your parents. And many parents might be wondering or watching this and thinking this should be common sense. If something like this is happening, parents should be informed. Where do you think that, Caterina, where do you think the divide is between lawmakers, perhaps some administrators in the school, and parents? Where's the divide? Where's the disconnect?
They're trying to interfere with our children. They're not allowing parents to be parents, to raise children the way that we want to, and to raise them correctly. Even during COVID years, Governor Murphy stepped in, wanted to mask all our children, stated that he wanted to protect our children by having their faces covered, but it wasn't any kind of protection at all. Governor Murphy should allow parents to do what they have as a legal and moral obligation to raise their children. School is for teaching, and children are for parents. They should let parents be parents and children be children. Let me do my job as a mother.
Yeah, that sentiment is something we have heard time after time when we see parents getting involved and saying enough's enough. We're going to speak out against this. Anne Marie and Caterina, thank you ladies for coming on today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Take
you.
care. All right, with us now in studio, Rich Valdez, host of Rich Valdez America at Night. Rich, when you hear the concern from these women, these are moms who are worried about their kids. They want to make sure nothing's going on at school that they don't know about. And can you blame them?
This is the iron fist of power wrapped inside the glove of government. Phil Murphy's weaponizing the government to go after the parents, to go after people, right? This lawsuit really is against the Board of Education, which is an extension of the parents, of the community, of the people. So Phil Murphy, make no mistake, he's suing the people because he's not getting his way. This is out of control government gone wild. I think it's insane. I'm glad these women are fighting back because more moms need to speak up, and dads too.
Yeah, well, again, going to that, it seems as if, very interesting, by the way, the government, and again, state government here, and obviously administrators within the school, seem to be going around parents and thinking that they are protecting the children versus the parents in terms of protecting the kids. And there seems to be some misunderstanding of how the parental process works.
Yeah, they're protecting children from their parents, right? This is the logic here.
Right.
It's absolutely crazy. It's almost like Phil Murphy's taking a page from Joe Biden, the education president's playbook, where he's saying, you know, we're going to tell the parents what they're going to be. We're going to put a threat tag on you. We're going to say that you're a violent domestic extremist. And that's the next step, right, for parents who say that if my kid's transitioning in school,
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the next step. They'll be put in that label, right-wing MAGA extremist, again, pushing back on schools and governors.
Insane.
That's unfortunate for them.
All right, Rich Valdez weighing in with his thoughts. Thank you very much.